evening to the Scrub Nation.
Oh, we're a nation now. We're not
Yes.
a land.
Nope. We're a Scrub Nation. We're a nation of scrubs.
Wow, we found out the world. Where you have it. I don't know.
It starts at community and then goes up to nation.
Wow.
Yep.
We were a community, and then we were Scrublands, and now we're Scrub Nation.
Well, we are the Scrub Nation of the Scrublands.
I'm confused.
So this is our big stompy boy that we're working on today. Let me actually get it in focus here. There you go. Somewhat in focus. There is just primed. Definitely need to get the, you can still hear my airbrush compressor working in the background.
It works hard for the money.
It does work hard for the money.
So hard for the money.
Alright.
But if you don't get
Gotta
to
get our
see any money.
various blacks up and ready. Well, we're gotta get the blacks up and ready while we're waiting for the primer to finish drying in some of the crevices.
You gonna blow on it?
No,
You want to sample higher?
I do say that frequently, yes. Coinkadinkly, I'm not wrong either. Which I understand is rude, but we're sticking with it anyway.
Turn your light on.
Oh, the face light.
You got it.
Hey, Cosmic, how you doing?
Did you submit your list?
Oh, crap. I need to do that
When is it due?
today.
On BCT?
Mm-hmm.
I can build one and then submit it for you if you want.
I'll do it, because I'm right here. I just need to stop having things migrate this way, because they're starting to fall off. Well, they've been falling off.
The only reason I asked if you want me to put like this and this in the box. Or
Yeah, go
all
for it. Put them in the box.
What about all the towel drones over there?
That's just a dead one. Alright. Yeah. Which I will do later, I guess, because I can't really reach them easily unless you want to go around behind the desk. Alright, where'd my other black go?
Nom.
Yeah, I got 6 hours to go. Hey, Dead Meme, how you doing?
Oh, I found your texture tool.
Yay. Doing okay. Haven't gotten anywhere near as much done lately as I have wanted to, but it's kind of been my life lately.
I stole the Silent King and his 2 buddies because I could reach him. I
Okay.
have that 1,000 sign.
That was awkward.
Yep. Hi.
Hi. Speaking of awkward.
Aw.
It's everyone's option of blackmail on racist people. I mean,
Wait, what? There was what?
blackmail is wrong and illegal in most countries. Though most racist people just deserve to be punched in the face. I don't know if that actually answers your question or not, but
Yeah, I think that's the best we're gonna answer that question then.
yeah. There's a lot of those questions that can be answered exclusively by what would Captain America do?
Anyway.
Not because he's Captain America, but because Steve always tries to do the right thing.
Even when it's wrong. Even when it's considered wrong. Because he's lawful good. No.
He's chaotic good.
He's chaotic good.
I think the only like lawful good Avenger would be Rhodey.
Even he's not truly lawful good all the time.
I mean, just because you are lawful good doesn't mean you can't make chaotic good decisions.
But doesn't that take away your lawful goodness in terms of your alignment?
No. Because it means that in the default, you're going to follow the law on that one, and Rhodey is that one.
Yeah, but you make a lot of non-lawful decisions.
Does he, though? Like, really, the only one he makes is, in Infinity War.
That's not true. In, I don't remember which Iron Man it is, but when Tony's the bogey that they're trying to take down and then he doesn't tell them, that's technically a breach of military contract. Right?
No.
No?
I don't think it is.
I think it is. You're in that room and you're running a military operation to
And
take
that's
down
the
an
first one.
unidentified... Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. An unidentified thing, and that thing calls you and tells you what it is, and you don't tell the rest of the military.
Yeah, but you're looking at a need-to-know situation, and the people in that room don't need to know. He is the ranking officer in that room.
Is he?
Yeah. That's why he gets to just be like, no, it's okay, call it off.
But that's not what happens.
Yeah. No,
And then also, when you look at Iron Man 3, when he goes with Tony to save the president, but he does it in a off-books way. Like, he doesn't do the military sanctioned way of doing it. He doesn't immediately follow the military and bring the suit in number 2. I
mean,
think
as soon as he
skirts military rules a lot.
I don't think so, because he's also in that particular situation. You're in a position where the first thing he does is call the vice president. He doesn't know that the vice president's in on it at that point.
I guess that's true.
Spoilers if you haven't seen the entire Iron Man franchise at this point.
At this point, you're SOL.
Yes,
We
at
are
this
well
point, I am not. I
outside
am
of the spoiler.
not sorry. Just saying spoilers.
I don't know.
What's chat's opinion? Is Colonel Rhodes and or War Machine a lawful good alignment,
Or is he more lawful neutral?
or do you think that he's neutral good, or is there another alignment that you think he fits into, or do you think he changes? Because there could be an argument that he changes over time.
I might argue that that Vision might be lawful good. Oh, was the GW anniversary today or next week? Did you not send him a message?
I did not. Holly will answer that question for you in just a second.
In Discord.
the right color, right? Yeah. Just looked green for a second.
I'm the right color. I don't know what for, but...
How do you know a paint is thick? Oh, there it is. Hey, Grim. Thank you for lurking. I saw you in the other chat and forgot to say hi. I'm sorry about that.
Was he on YouTube now?
No, I saw him
Earlier?
in the
That's
Just
not
the
what you
Twitch
said, so I'm
chat.
confused.
Yeah, it is. It is quite thick, and I don't like it.
You're thick. Dummy thick.
I was gonna say, I chonky, I'm not thick. I a chonkosaurus. That's why I need to go back on a diet.
My Sonic Queen brings all the boys to the yard because they want their paint taken off.
Not sure what that was.
Yeah, you are. You just don't want to admit it.
I mean, I'm not sure you want me to admit it.
And I need to get an airbrush. Sensitive.
It does make things easier.
Certain things. Yoink. I stole your fidget toy.
For the volume of miniatures that you buy, if you were going to paint your own stuff, then yes, you probably need an airbrush.
Especially since he likes tanks. And big chunky things.
Hi.
There's a
Hey,
dreadnought
Faust.
board. Just gotta wait till I move in a few months so I'll have an entire room to dedicate to painting. Awesome. Make sure as soon as you move you let us know so I can update the address we have on file. Don't want to send stuff. Oh no, we're sending it to your work. Never mind, doesn't matter. We will not affect your address.
Come on, Dre, faster.
You need to get back to the alcohol table. Poop. Bit of blow on it. Such a cute little dread boy.
Yeah.
He
He's
called
not
me
exactly.
black.
He's not exactly little, but he's he a
Called me
dread boy.
black. See, he's almost done.
I've given you very wrong expectations if you think that this is almost done.
No, I know, he's nowhere close to done. As the better, I already did all that.
You alright over there?
Yeah.
Having some memory problems?
Huh?
Having some memory problems?
Tactics says, wow, almost done, huh? What's the next project? The second one of these that's sitting on the sidelines that's going to look exactly the same and you're not going to realize that he switched models.
I have a second one of these?
No.
When did that happen?
Never.
I'm never gonna have a second one of these?
I don't know, sometime in the future, baby. That was a little one?
No, that was a big one, I think.
Oh, for me? Thank you. So kind.
No.
Don't try to take away his Dreadnought. Dreadnought, sorry. Shoot, we never went to the concierge.
It's fine.
Sheesh, don't have to pout. That's not a pout, that's a grimace. What are you looking for?
Gray.
You're gray. Gray or
I don't know.
blush?
Stormy Gray.
Grimace is a McDonald's character. Madam, he is not purple. We can make him purple. Adjust your hue on that camera so you're purple. Ooh, I have an idea. This may not. No, I don't think it's in the house. I don't think it's in the house. Never mind, I get it.
You know you scare me anytime that you get like super excited and go, I have an idea!
Tactics says, I redeem make Chris purple. Zippy says, I've got a problem. Captain America wouldn't send blackmail, but he would report illegal activities.
This is correct.
Just because something's wrong, sadly, does not make it illegal. Pretty sure it's not in the house. 99.9% sure it's not in the house. You know what I need? I need to attach... What?
Nozzle buildup.
Yeah, I need to attach a second mouse to Chris's computer so I can just go and do a couple things while he's paying attention to his airbrush.
I mean, we've said before that we need partner desks where...
Yes. I'm controlling the stream and you're painting. And then I could have turned you purple.
You, in fact, could have turned me purple.
Zippy, I don't think we're the best people to ask these questions to, in all honesty.
Especially since we operate under different laws than you do.
This is where I would recommend talking to your gran. Or if you don't feel comfortable talking to her, maybe a counselor at school. If you don't feel comfortable talking to them, I'm not sure.
I mean, if you don't feel comfortable talking to them, then it's probably not right. Can you not do that?
Can I? I'm not sure.
Will you please not do that?
I will try, but if I said I'm not sure I can, then will has nothing to do with it. Yeah? No? Okay. Rar.
Rar.
It's amazingly hard to wait for the Sonic figure to finish in cycles. Did you know that?
I didn't, because I don't generally find it that hard to wait, but...
For whatever reason, Scream makes me antsy, so...
Yeah, I've noticed that. Not sure what to do about it, but I've noticed it.
I think it's the inconsistency of
Noise?
not noise. I mean, noise is always related to things, but the inconsistency of conversation. Because we can have a good conversation going for a good hour and then 30 minutes of nobody saying anything. And I think those down periods make me antsy. And that's where we kind of are right now, is in a down period.
Yes, we are.
So
Unequivocally in one of those, yes.
So I think that's what it is that, like, when conversation is free-flowing, going, and I'm engaging in it, the antsiness goes away. I mean, I'm always engaging in conversation because you can't get me to shut up, but that's a different story. But...
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, but you agreed very quickly.
Not on stream, at least.
You agreed very quickly.
I didn't so much agree as not argue.
You said yes with your body language.
I mean, if you notice a minor is on a site that they should be, like, in a video, you alert authorities. Like that's might warrant just an anonymous tip to police. Like, if they're accessing it and they shouldn't be, that's a tell their parents. Thank you for the loot, Lurk. Alright. Hey, deep clean my airbrush in.
You're done with it for the day. I'll put it in the next cycle.
No, I've got to break it down before that happens. I'm just not going to worry about it. Back to work. You all have a good one. Alright, Faust, thank you for dropping in.
We'll see you when you get out more quickly.
Hopefully. Bonk to you too, sir. Bonk to you too.
Where did I put that? Where did you mark?
My new brushes.
Are they in the box?
Yes.
It's on the table.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
You just started throwing things onto the table, and I've just been sliding them around on the table. Here you go.
So the table has become the
Your
extension to
jukebox?
my desk.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to my desk all the time.
I guess.
You telling me I'm wrong?
Nope.
Yep.
Wasn't dreaming of it.
Sorry, I'm going to be a bit quiet through this part because it's edge highlighting very small things.
You're good at edge highlighting.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it doesn't take a huge amount of concentration to make sure that I'm not messing it up.
You wouldn't mess it up. You're too good for that.
Points to vast shelves full of things that I have messed up this exact mechanic on.
Show me one. It's not white.
How do you know that I was about to say pick up any of my white models?
They don't count. They're getting stripped.
Uh-huh, because they're terrible.
Because they're old as dirt. As you tell people all the time, practice makes better. You've gotten a lot of practice since these boys have been painted.
You're not wrong on that front.
You still did stuff on these that a lot of people don't do on their own minis.
Because I was desperate to mimic what I saw in magazines. So yes, I can comfortably say I've been comparing myself to the heavy metal team since I picked up a paintbrush.
And I've been comparing myself to you.
You have a much more obtainable goal.
Says you.
Yes, says me.
You're leaps and bounds ahead of me.
I also have 2 decades of experience, comparatively.
In specifically miniature painting.
Yes.
I have
Well, that-
painting experience.
I was gonna say that is the subject of this particular conversation.
Yes, but I have art experience across a wide breadth of subjects.
Yes.
And I've worked in those
Which
fields.
cuts out the color theory part. But that's about it,
I mean,
unfortunately.
to some extent, I know the techniques. Like, I knew what stippling was without you having to explain what stippling is. Like, I know certain terms, I know certain things that make it easier to be taught. Like, I understand concepts and understand how to apply them. Because of that, I think that helps me in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Means if you wanted to apply yourself to it, you could make the same amount of progress that I've made over 2 decades in
Maybe.
significantly
I think you have a
less
significantly
time.
better talent for it. No, I'll rephrase that. At the very least, you have more patience than I do. My patience gets in my way. So he's not going to argue with that one either.
It's because I know you were impatient all the time. I can't argue with that one because it ends up in as a bigger argument. And then you try and flip it around on me of being like, well, if I'm patient, then you have to admit that you're patient, and I just don't want to deal with that.
This is one of those moments where he has the entire argument in his head without letting me actually argue with him.
Am I wrong?
I didn't say you were wrong. I said you have the entire argument in your head and don't let me actually have the argument with you.
Uh-huh. Am I wrong?
I never said you were wrong.
Uh-huh. I am sad that I don't have weapons to show off with this today. I did try.
They will be here soon, hopefully.
Yep. Though if my printer keeps fighting me, I'm gonna have to order legit ones, and I don't really relish that idea.
Guess what?
What?
I'm pretty sure this boy is done.
Yay!
Son. Don't you think?
Yeah.
He looks better than one of the other guys over here. That's in the quote-unquote done pile. So are you going to be using Xandria dust on this guy?
Yup.
You've gotten... Xandria dust has become a very integral part of your painting.
I mean, it's always been a fairly integral part of my painting.
I know. It seems like you're using a lot more of it.
As I do more bone-colored Deathwing, remarkable
I
when
was
it's...
also trying to make a joke because you also do tactic stuff. And all of his stuff tends to have Xandria dust utilized somewhere in it.
Yes, yes it does.
Because he can't help himself. People so quiet.
We don't actually have that many people here, and we have a couple of people lurking, so... I expect today to be relatively quiet.
Alright, well explain to the people viewing why Abraham Lincoln is a mermaid.
What?
Explain to the people lurking why Abraham Lincoln is a mermaid.
Why? I don't... Abraham Lincoln's not a mermaid, he's a vampire hunter. That was the entire point of the Civil War, was to be able to take down the vampires who were taking over the, South.
You say so.
Obviously, you have not seen that movie, and that movie is fantastic. 10 out of 10 would recommend Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter if anybody has not seen it.
Why can't he be a vampire hunter and a mermaid?
Have you ever seen a mermaid come out at night?
You ever seen a mermaid, period? Have you ever seen Abraham Lincoln
Yes.
in person?
Yep.
Lying.
No, I've been to Disney.
That's not in person. Animatronic.
Says you. He answered my questions.
What did you ask him?
I don't remember.
Well, Moonlet's in heaven.
Oh.
He found a place that sells shaped bread. They've got like bears and crocodiles and stuff. So he's gonna eat a bear or something,
Alright.
I'm guessing.
Not a fox. Interesting.
I didn't see a fox in the picture. And if you got a fox, you wouldn't be able to eat it. You could just have a bred fox forever, and then it would turn green and moldy and mildewy, and you'd be really sad to see it have to throw it away.
Mm-hmm. That's why you should eat it. If he eats it, he can become the fox. Oh yeah, all of the edge highlighting.
Such highlighting, much better. Not near as much as the town
God, no. That's... I could probably do an entire week's worth of streams just edge highlighting the Tawanar.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I don't think people want to watch you edge highlight for a week straight, though.
Yeah, probably not. Oh.
I have a problem.
What?
I have a real problem.
What? Use your words.
This is the handle for the Sonic cleaner that helps me pull it off.
So what you're saying is you broke my Sonic cleaner.
Yes.
Okay. That's not you have a problem. That's, hey, the Sonic cleaner broke.
But I did it. What's the problem? If I get the lid off, you can put the lid back on. Assuming I can get the lid off.
You bought 4 Sonic cleaners now, none of them seem to work. This one's been pretty good.
It works fine. The only problem with it is it's small. So I can't put, like...
Yeah, it's not as big as I would like, but... Not sure what you're using it for, but... Or which ones you have.
I got the lid off.
That's good.
But look, it's like legit broke. You gonna look or no?
In a second. And I'm gonna take it from you and I'm gonna fix it.
Okay. I'm gonna go rinse it off then because it has alcohol in it.
Just rip paint off plastic. I mean, you should be fine. I mean, I'm using isopropyl alcohol in this one. Are you overloading it? Is the thing, is whatever you are attempting to strip actually able to vibrate? Because in this particular case, in the case of a sonic cleaner, it is far less about the stripping agent in a lot of ways, and far more about the ability to actually vibrate it. Is whatever you're attempting to strip sealed?
How long do you keep it in there for? How long do you let it dry?
I give it 10 minutes.
Hey, look. This guy used to be yellow.
Yep, he did. I'm not really sure what to tell you on that front.
Do you want to see it before and after and what I'm working on?
The first sonic cleaner I had was too small and didn't do anything. This one has been much better. Though I would love to get one of the big stainless steel ones. He said, yeah, let's see it.
Here's a finished one.
This is finished. Our stripping process, which is mostly a toothbrush and using a tool to pick it out of this, because it'll just come right off.
Here's one who has not gone into a bath yet.
And this is what they looked like before. Super caked on, 1.5 million layers of white.
But I'd say the guy you're looking at spent probably a total of 30 minutes in alcohol, maybe a little longer.
No, those are mine.
Those are his old
From like a decade ago.
paint job.
And I'm pretty sure they have an enamel clear coat on them.
And yet they are not winning. So one of the ultrasonics I got caused 3 different forged resin models to shatter. This is all.
Yeah, those are mine from like when I started playing.
5th edition. 4th edition?
Fourth.
4th edition.
Assault on Black Reach, Terminators.
They're gonna get an upgrade.
I mean, it would be dull coat. Tester's dull coat. So whether that is or is not, I don't know. But that's what they would have been sealed with.
Yeah, I'm in the process of 6 Terminators. One is 100% done. One is 99% done. One is about 90% done. This one's about 90. These two are probably like 85% done. Basically just a heavy polymer varnish. That's one way. But I'm getting better at it the more I do it. So it's getting a little faster because I'm learning the correct things to do to make it faster, which is just agitating it with a brush. We have this cute, adorable little toothbrush.
They know what a toothbrush looks like.
But it's a kid's toothbrush. Did you know that Testers is owned by Rust-Oleum? Nope.
Did not know.
Your highlighting looks good.
Thank you. Could be a lot cleaner, but it is what it is.
Well, make it cleaner. If it could be cleaner.
I mean, I'm doing the best that I can, but I will be going back and fixing a few areas for sure. The issue is the areas where it's got a blend underneath the edge highlight. Those are gonna look a little bit awkward, I think.
Here, back.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Just agree to not hurt yourself. How about that? So many edges, so many highlights. 224 trimethyl 13. They put gasoline in it. That would explain why it's flammable, I guess. More Kragnos time. Alright, I forgot you bought a Kragnos. What's the SDS? That would make sense. I'm not really expecting it to make a lot of sense, so... That makes sense. Somebody's got to regulate it all. We have Nids times 2, Tau times 3, and 1 Black Legion now. No Harleys yet. Odd. Yes. What's up? Transparent neutral gray. Sounds like an interesting one to work with. Yeah, that does sound like it would make great shadows.
It's been more than 10 minutes. You think I'm safe to put it back?
Yes, I do. Has it really been that long? Oh, jeez, it's been almost an hour. You can tell exactly how long it takes to do all this edge highlighting and how much it just sucks me in. Legit had no clue what time it was.
Did you answer the questions from Cosmic and Disney? Cosmic asked if you're copying existing stuff or changing
That
it.
was, I think that one was directed at Morbideye.
Oh, okay. And
If it was directed at me, let me know.
W says it looks amazing. Did you read that one out loud?
I did not.
Oh, well, W says it looks amazing.
I had not seen that one until you pointed it out to me. I'm sorry, I'm staring at the
I thought it was just directed at you. Alright, Cosmic, you have to tell us who you're directing your question to, since both of them think you're directing it to the opposite. Morbideye for the win. Poop! I'm more pained on the ones I thought were almost done.
I'm sorry.
I knew this was my tedious job.
At least it's not basing.
I guess.
Because we both love that particular tedium task.
It's just tedious. Does having that box up there change anything about your starting crusade list?
Hmm.
Is your starting crusade list set?
I think so.
Okay. I just didn't know if any of those changed it.
No, they made them possible. Hey, Moonlight! Because my starting crusade listing. Wait, what box are you talking about?
The box of Advent from Moonlight.
Oh, no, that does not change.
Okay. So I was gonna strip something I needed to do.
No.
You're in video only, it's loud here so I can't hear it all. Just popping in to say howdy from San Fran. Did you eat the bread? There's so much bread. They wouldn't sell me the bread gator.
I hate spreading basing paste. I like designing, like, display bases and things. But I hate, like,
Texture paint.
I have, like, 25 guys who all need this basing paste put on them. Like, that process can just go die in a fire.
Remember, I did 80 grads.
I know, and I think you're insane. It's one of the reasons why I will probably never play a Horde army.
Says the person who has silver tide. So I'm gonna figure out how to make my own when I get back. A bread gator invasion. I see your new career path. Artisanal bread animals.
I mean, in foodie infested Durham, he could make a killing doing that. Did 100 Necron Warriors all with unique bases? I think when either Squats or Chaos Knights come out, probably Chaos Knights first and then Squats. I'm gonna do all of the bases before I.
For hire.
Like, I'm gonna do all of the bases, each as a display base. And I'm just gonna build all of the bases first. Before I ever assemble a single model, I'm gonna go.
Because you just put off basing and put off basing and put off basing.
And then I'm just gonna, like, make each one a diorama.
Yeah, Asheville people would eat that up there too. It's true.
NC is full of foodies.
Yep. See what he has to say about it. Your Dreadnought looks very blue on camera right now. Did you mess with your hue?
Mm-mm. So I did use a.
No, look at the color difference on
I
that
know.
screen too.
Part of that is that screen is showing a slightly different color than the one up here.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I need to run to the restroom, so I'm gonna throw up a BRB screen. I'll be back in just a minute or two.
Problem.
Alright, we're back with more Dreadnought goodness. I don't know if it's actually goodness, but it's more Dreadnought.
Could be worse.
And also, Moonlit, you can't hear this, never mind. I was gonna say I'm totally on board with you opening an artisanal bread store, because, like...
You can serve coffee, too.
Now I just want bread. But, like, artisanal bread.
You want a bread gator?
Not necessarily a bread gator.
What kind of artisanal bread do you want?
I just want, like, fresh baked bread. Like...
I told you a long time ago you need to figure out how to make the bread your mom makes so you can make bread all the time.
You know I can make bread, right?
Yes, well you haven't.
Side effects of not being in the kitchen much.
I'm glaring at you, you just can't see it because your monitor's in the way.
Because I can make bread and cheesecake.
And I would happily eat that forever. And like nothing else. Because good bread and butter. Yes. Every day. Forever.
Well, maybe when I'm not working 12 to 14 hours a day on this. I'll start baking more bread. I wonder what kind of packaging I'd have to do if I wanted to bake bread and then send it to commissioners. As a thank you for commissioning me. Just send them a fresh homemade bread.
Probably have to do it in a separate package than the commission is the only problem.
Yeah. Probably also wouldn't travel well. Because they don't have the preservatives that store-bought bread does.
I guess only local people get your bread. Oh no! Houston, we have a problem.
What happened now?
My Space Marine's head came off.
Lol. I am shocked that more parts have not fallen off of those. 15-year-old Zapagap holding good over there.
I lost the head. So, I will be attempting to locate said head momentarily.
So what projects are people working on tonight? For anybody who's here.
Oh. What are you? I found a cloak, but not a head. There's the head. You laughing because I found a cloak I didn't know was in there?
Yes. I am.
What?
I'm kind of curious what cloak
It's not a cloak, it's just unless you green stuffed it. I think it's a green stuff cloak.
Yes, that is a green stuff, like, butt cake.
It's just a giant piece of green stuff.
Not surprised that fell off. Not really sorry about it.
Yeah, see
either.
head.
Yep.
What did you ask people?
What they were working on.
Finding heads.
Alright, Holly's working on head.
Right the second, yeah. It's a little harder to clean, not attached.
That's what she said. What? Nothing I said was inaccurate.
Nothing I said was inaccurate. Do you think that's why we got served on a piece of wood? Because they didn't have enough clean dishes?
I don't know, maybe. I think they're just trying to be fancy.
Yeah, me too.
Which is ridiculous to me, but you know,
Me
whatever.
too. I prefer plates to slabs of wood.
Yes. One of those, somebody thought this was a good idea to increase the fanciness level of your strip mall restaurant. Fancy dishware. It's cheap and it makes it feel better. That's what I would
I
assume.
speared him. He's dead.
That's about what happens to Terminators.
Can't believe they wouldn't sell him the bread gator. Like, that's just teasing. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm. It's like a cruise ship not replacing your towel animal.
That would be really mean. They eventually started taking my towel animals away because I just kept them. I wouldn't use them. I had a whole collection of them. And by the end of the cruise, they took one away. At least one away.
I mean, there's probably a limited number of towels, and if multiple people start doing that...
But I was having a zoo. They made good towel animals.
I don't doubt it. I'm just saying the math doesn't stick.
Always they need to buy more towels then. For crazy people like me.
Holly, there is limited amount of space on a cruise ship. They can't just have an infinite number of towels. And are you sure your aunt didn't take it?
Yeah. No. Pretty sure. My favorite was the monkeys. And the elephant.
I'm gonna blame your aunt.
Sure, go for it. You wouldn't blame her for anything you can, though. At this point.
Mm-hmm. No, more specifically, I will at this point.
Would you guys eat artisanal bread gators?
Why is your nose itchy?
I don't know.
You don't nose why your nose is itchy?
Yeah, I had to. I'm sorry.
I was confirming what you had said. I would eat artisanal bread gators.
Yes, me too. But you'd have them make you artisanal bread elephants.
I'm mad. Somebody on TikTok pointed out that the rules for how far something can jump only make sense for humanoid creatures. And it makes me mad.
Why?
Because by the rules of D&D, you can jump with a 10-foot start. You can jump a like it's 3 plus your strength modifier feet or something like that.
You know I don't like the jump rules, period, so.
The problem is that breaks down when you consider something like an elephant that can't actually jump, has a strength of 22, and can therefore jump like 12 feet in the air.
Oh, God.
Because of its modifiers.
So druids turning into elephants and jumping on top of trees.
But a cat has a strength modifier of 3, and therefore only can fail jump.
That sucks. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I knew that jump rules in 5e were bad. Let's write it around. Roxy can jump 2 million. That's not excessive, right?
For a monk? No. Mostly because you pull that C-rated or C-movie kung fu weirdness where you're like just touching your toe onto a leaf, and that's enough to springboard you back into the air.
Yep.
Because monk.
We have a pretty okay green stuff cloak here.
It's obviously trash now, but you know.
I was giving it credit for the life it used to live.
See, I modify models. I can't bash.
I can show you a kit bash you did, but you'll yell at me and tell me to keep that trash inside of the bits bin.
I mean, my jump pack chaplain is completely kit bashed.
That's not real proud you want to do that.
Yes, we don't talk about him.
We don't talk about Frankenberry.
Frankenmarine is a figment of everyone's imagination. Frankenmarine can't hurt me because Frankenmarine's not real.
If only that was true. This guy might not come all the way clean.
That sounds like a quitter's excuse.
It's one of those yellow guys.
I'm just teasing, I don't know.
I'm not quitting.
Because I'm pretty sure whoever did the painted the yellow ones used Walmart primer and spray paint to get their basic colors in place. And then like apple barrel paints.
We got the apple barrel paints. This is actually coming out better now. Now that your head fell off. I don't know what to do about the head. Because I'm having a hard time scraping it because it's so little.
I don't know, do the best you can. I want to paint a color that's not black tonight. I don't know that I'm gonna get there.
We can work on that grot for a few minutes.
No.
I would let you paint it for color.
He is, because of how I'm doing him, he is just as tedious.
You didn't say you wanted to work on something less tedious. You said you wanted to paint a color other than black.
Yes. If I really wanted to, there are parts of this model that I could paint, I could switch off of, but I would rather get all the black done.
Hawk Moon 99, who is a first-time viewer, said, any painting tips for someone getting back into the hobby for 10 years and cannot paint?
Painting tips. Make sure your paint is thin enough. And don't paint an army all white or all yellow.
Or all black.
Black is fine. Like, black, it's easier to do. Like, white and yellow, you'll end up doing 5 million coats of paint. Welcome back, Moonlight.
You can't do it.
I know. Get yourself some cheap miniatures to practice on that you don't mind screwing up.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. If you're getting back into Warhammer specifically, and you have Games Workshop paints, their app is phenomenal for giving you highlight suggestions and things like that. So it's definitely worth downloading the free GW Paint app onto your phone.
If you're using that paint.
If you're using that paint system.
I'm really saying that's the best paint system.
Yes. Remarkably, I wouldn't actually suggest it. In a lot of ways, I would actually suggest getting. Hey, if you're just getting into it, be boring. I'm not kidding. Be boring. Don't attempt to win a golden demon on your first miniature.
Or do.
It is better to be patient, both with yourself and with the model. And practice. As dumb as that advice can sound, and as frustrating as it sounds,
what are you going to be painting?
You will get better as you practice. For encouraging things to say, Morbidai, that's pretty low.
I'm going with Space Marines, but I also have very shaky hands. I mean, if you're... Maybe contrast is the way to go?
Contrast is a little bit weird because on Space Marines. If he was doing something like...
surfaces?
Yeah, if he was doing something like NIDS, I would say contrast is a good way to go. It's expensive to invest in, but makes it really easy.
Your work is good.
It's alright. I think it is slightly above average, which is about where I sit in most things in life, so... So I would say if you're going with Space Marines to start, what might actually be a good idea, and Morbidai's probably going to stab me for saying this, is dry brushing. Get yourself some dollar store, like dollar store fluffy makeup brushes. This is a Wet and Wild from Dollar Tree or something. It's very fluffy, and very soft. And if you ruin them, you're out $1. Because
in Europe, there are similar stores.
Yeah.
There.
And base coat your miniature, and look up some YouTube videos on dry brushing, and get comfortable making very small changes in color. as an example, if you're doing Ultramarines, get your Ultramarines blue and some white, and just keep adding white to the blue to lighten it. And it's super basic, but if you just use a very light touch, you can get a pretty good highlight that way. And then a single metallic layer with Nuln Oil or a similar wash. And you can get some really good looking Marines pretty quickly. I also would not worry too much about, like, eye lenses. Like, don't hate yourself. Like, as that's actually going to be my number one piece of advice. Don't hate yourself if it doesn't work the first time. I'm really terrible about that because I'm me, and I understand that it is hard sometimes to do that. But if it doesn't look immaculate the first time, that's okay. That's perfectly okay. And you will get better with it.
If you screw up, call it weathering, a reflection, or OSL.
That is true. If you're okay with a very beat up Marine look, there's a lot of painting errors that can be covered up by a heavy dose of weathering. Can you hand me the Killacan when you get a chance? I want to show something that, if you're okay with a more, I think it's called grimdark.
It stabbed me.
Way of having it look. This is a Killacan I painted yesterday on stream. If you have any pluck foam, which if you're coming back after 10 years, you might have some pluck foam. Yep. Grimdark, yeah. Tear up the end of this pluck foam. Here's the one I used yesterday. Tear up the end of it. And you can stipple this along a lot of edges and points of contact. And you will... That Marine will look like he's been through hell. Obviously, this is an orc, so I went a little bit overboard on some of the weathering on it. But you can get, like, the blood spatter on this side of it, and on his drill is all pluck foam. You can also use anything similar. But, like, the beat-up edges on this look a lot more what you'd expect them to be. Easily done with this. Takes a matter of seconds. So again, if you're worried about how your guys are gonna look, it's sound advice. It doesn't seem right, but it's sound advice. If you beat the crap out of it with weathering,
Grimdark.
make it gross, and you will find that your guys will just look good. Like they'll look like they've been war torn, but at the end of the day, nobody like that fits the world. That fits the world. That fits the universe, and they'll look great. Piece of advice number 2: don't judge your model from this close. If he's this close to your face, you're doing it too close. Pull your arm out. Whenever you're wondering if something looks good enough, and if you're not happy because you can see where that line has gone wavy, two things you should look at. Put him out at arm's reach, and then put him on your table with the rest of his group, and stand up. Like, stand up next to your painting table and look at it. Because I think a lot of, especially new painters, if you're just going for game level painting, nobody, like, except maybe your centerpiece models, nobody's gonna pick it up and, like, examine it closely. Like, if it looks good in its squad, it doesn't matter if you missed a pouch. It doesn't matter if your edge highlight is chunky or if that particular eye lens is a little bit wide or something like that. It doesn't matter because while you're playing the game, nobody's looking at it. It's going to look good as a whole, and that's what you're going for. This is entirely a joke, but that's saying something for Marbadai.
What did he say?
He said, and if they are, they're a bigger a-hole than him.
Oh.
Random piece of advice. A lot of it, unfortunately, is not going to be about techniques beyond washes are your friends. They're called skill in a bottle for a reason. Dry brushing and weathering are very good things.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Blade. Like, both of those are definitely things where you can get a lot of good look mileage without a whole lot of skill or effort, but a lot of it for painting really comes down to mentality. Contrast is skill in a bottle. Like, it really is.
For the right models.
Yeah, if you know how to use contrast, it is absurdly easy to use.
And you like to see a princess one just showed up.
And you can use it on Marines. I just don't tend to like it as much on the larger flat surfaces.
Would anybody like to see the princess who just showed up?
You want up? You want a lap? Or are you just not going to cross
yes.
over the cords? You're too dainty for that? Alright, no. Alright.
They want to see you on stream, baby. Oh.
Oh, goodness. It's the gray lady. It's my gray lady. She's such a good girl.
She's the only princess. Ooh, they want to lose a gun.
She's been avoiding me.
I went heavily damaged Grimdark with my quartered ski Marines and haven't painted a touch-up since. It's so freeing.
It really is.
What do you want, baby?
Can you not have your tail directly in my model? Thank you, baby. But yeah, heavily weathered Grimdark is a very good way to get a good-looking army fairly quickly, and you don't have to worry too much about things being perfect.
In 20 years, if you hate the color scheme, you can struggle to start over. That's what we're doing right now.
I'm stripping them because I own too many points of Terminators to rebuy them.
Yes.
When I was a god-awful painter.
You were beginning.
I was god-awful at that point. I chose white as a base color. Don't do that. I said that already, but don't choose white or yellow.
And don't prime something white and then spray over with yellow, because oh my god, these don't want to strip.
Not with Walmart cheapo paints, for sure.
Yeah, they're like, I would like to stay this color, please.
I'm sure they're like Krylon or something.
I don't know. But like, this guy spent one bath in the one bath.
Mm-hmm.
One. These guys have had 4 or 5 baths.
This isn't... So actually the yellow that I got from, God, Pro Acryl, is pretty good. And I am a fan of Everland Sunset as much as everybody hates it, because it does work. But these are ones that I got, secondhand as from one of the very first commissions I ever did. And where I exchanged the commission for models, and that's not something I'd ever do. Yeah, I committed basically every mistake you could make in the commission world on my very first commission. How long have I been in the hobby? Over 2 decades. I think I was about 15 when I got into painting the first time.
Look, an arm came off.
Yay, arms. The first things that I got into was my friends had a bunch of Battletech miniatures and heavy gear. So I started in a lot of mecha miniatures with old school enamels, and we bought some of the original Lord of the Rings miniatures when that game first came out. I still own some white pewter, lead-free pewter Nazgul because I was broke as a kid, of course. And Nazgul required 3 models to match my friends' armies, so that's what I played.
Yeah, you like Nazgul.
And Nazgul are awesome, yeah. I have played Nazgul in almost every Lord of the Rings game that allows me to play Nazgul. Go figure.
Not surprised.
But yeah, we used to play a lot of Battletech, which we totally didn't play that game properly, but we were teenagers and didn't care. And then I got into 40K a few years later when we were trying to recapture some of that gaming time of our youth, and a friend of mine had a orc starter force, and at the time Assault on Black Reach was the newest 2-player starter. So he and I split a couple of those, and I bought some extra Marines, and then because I was on a budget, I bought a Dark Angels Codex instead of a Space Marine Codex, and I've expanded that collection a lot.
Oh yeah. One of the largest armies in the house is Dark Angels.
I think your origin might eclipse it now, but I'm not sure.
Last time we did the math, I was 6,000 points short, but I have since gained a lot of orcs, so
Yeah,
don't know. And you have gained Dark Angels still too.
this is true.
So.
And every Dark Angel
I
gain
just
is...
started this month, but I've been slurping up the 40k lore for 3 years.
The lore is fantastic, and
And a little dark and a little scary.
yes, there are definitely grosser parts of it. But,
What is this guy?
Devastator with a las cannon. Yes, Marines have the ability to just bring dudes toting tank weapons.
Yeah, I don't question reasons.
Because reasons.
This one might need to soak in something a little bit more.
A little stronger.
Yeah.
Lore is hilarious. It's so much tamer than real life. Sometimes, yeah. It can be. Sadly. That's That's
I'm a big nerd for lore. Me too.
Truth.
That's how he tricked me into playing this game.
That is, in fact, how I tricked you into playing this game. Was that I said, hey, there's a race of sentient fungus that look remarkably like your WoW character. Would you like to know more?
And then you just told me anyways.
And she was like, no, I don't. And then I was like, too bad! I'm telling you.
And now I'm an ARC player. The orcs are awesome.
And she's like, I don't want to learn anything else. And then I make her watch, like, the shows on Warhammer Plus, and she's like, dang it. Now I like these.
Now I like Blood Ages and Death Watch.
The best part is when she's like, alright, pause. I need more context, so please, as much as it pains me to say this, tell me more.
Which
I'm
happened
like,
a lot.
And I'm like, ha ha ha!
I've got you now!
I've got you now! Alright, so when are we buying you a new army? Because now it's only a matter of time.
So I don't want to play Marines.
Are you sure?
No. Followers away from 400. Woo!
Nice. I'm getting there.
Yeah, if you want to see any of our backlogs of things that are painted, things are starting to get dual streamed onto YouTube, so they get auto archived there. So if you want to see the Killican that he showed off earlier be painted, you can watch that video. It was from yesterday. We've only been dual streaming for a little while. I may start posting some of the older streams.
I thought that was the goal, was to post up those older streams.
I will start posting up older streams. Maybe tomorrow. I need to... The biggest problem is I was struggling logging into your account on my computer because of the issue. I gotta see if I can actually get into your account on my computer. Otherwise, your computer is mine. And so far, everything I've uploaded to YouTube I've had to do on your computer. But I haven't tried again since the weird thing that was going on was quote-unquote fixed.
Not sure what you're referring to, but okay.
The 2 accounts and everything being duplicated.
Oh.
Got into 40K the wrong way, according to the community. And how is that? What is the wrong way?
First model was Gazgruel, but I'm too scared to put paint on him. Don't be scared.
Gazgruel is such a good model.
The only thing that I would say is scary about that model is that I feel like he's better off painted in sub-assemblies, and that can be intimidating to do.
I'm starting to think everything would be better off painted in some symbols.
Not everything, but a lot of things.
Instead, I'm starting to think that after that was right.
But, like, there are parts of Gazgruel that I did not realize were going to be as hard to reach when I painted him as they were. And I wish that I had made him in even more sub-assemblies. So, specifically, there's, like...
Well, that's a model I wouldn't mind rebuying and having me paint to display quality.
I mean, he's really close. He's not, but he's really close. Remarkably. I think I did a pretty good job on him. Yeah, they might.
Maybe I should paint the old Gazgruel Dragon. in an homage to 80s paint styles, but done immaculately. What do you think that would look like?
Epic. I learned that after you glue him. Yeah, you'll be alright. Again, if somebody's closely examining your models and complaining about them, then they're a jerk and you don't need to pay attention to them.
Or they're your girlfriend and you're a painter. And she's just mean.
I will also say that there will be nobody who crushes your spirit about your paint jobs being good or not more than your family. Other hobbyists, other nerds out there, like my Discord has a painting channel. Feel free to share progress pics or anything in there.
You can also ask questions. Anything.
Yep. And I'll do the best that I can to answer them. But nobody, even Morbideye, won't crush your spirit as much as your family going, yeah, it looks fine.
I love you.
Like, you'll be, like, so proud of yourself for learning a new technique or something, and you'll show your significant other or your mother or your father or your kids or whatever, and they'll just look at you like you're weird.
I don't look at you like you're weird. I know you're weird. I don't look at you like you're weird.
I don't...
Is the queen of just randomly slaying someone? I don't know
The number of times where I have spent, I'm not joking, hours working on a blend or something like that, where I'm just like, I've poured my heart and soul into making something different, and I hand it to her, and her response is, what's different? Or, I don't know what you did.
I'm not a horrible person, I swear. I'm Holly, by the way. Sylvista is Holly. I am the background human. Chris is our on-camera talent, also known as the Scrub, the elitist Scrub.
It looks the same. Yep, uh-huh. Especially if, like, I've gone and been like, what do you think I need to do? Okay, you need to make this brighter and you need to do this. Adds 3 more highlights to it. Okay, how about now? It looks the same.
To be fair, I think your stuff should always be brighter.
See, I'm not allowed to respond to that, Morbideye, because then I'm going to get shot with a Nerf gun.
That's correct. It's a trap.
It's not fair, but that's the world that I live in.
Because you're not horrible. Period.
I plead the 5th.
Uh-huh. Careful, you're already inching towards that Nerf gun. To be fair, these new paints have been wonders for making things brighter, so that's a bonus. I agree.
Yes, they are very highly pigmented.
See, Chris, you just answered that. Yep, yep. Stream will tell me if I need to get a Nerf gun. Stream is good at it. For those new, when he is self-deprecating, it's a house rule, so it's anybody in the house. If you're self-deprecating towards yourself, you get shot with a Nerf gun to recalibrate your brain.
Cognitive
Dissonant. Recalibration.
Cognitive recalibration.
Yep.
Hey Dante, how you doing?
So it is a house rule, so everybody has the chance of getting shot with a Nerf gun if you're in this household. And are self-deprecating. So I've been shot, he's been shot, Minland's been shot. I don't know if we've ever shot Tactics or not, but he could get shot.
I don't think we have.
Well, I've just made you a target. Yep, you now have a chance of being shot. Don't be self-deprecating.
If you're being self-deprecating, yes.
Well, I'm glad nothing's broken, Dante. Tactic's not coming over anymore. We have Dark Angels and Orcs and Tau and Necrons and World Eaters and a tiny bit of Guard and
Imperial Knights.
Grey Knight, no.
Imperial Knights.
Imperial Knights. Yeah, it's always like I said the wrong word.
Adeptus Mechanicus.
Adeptus Mechanicus and Sisters and Death Guard and like 2000 Suns models and
That's for 40k.
yeah, that's just 40k. So the one that I shoot people with is just a little tiny one, but we do have 2 bigger ones as well. So we have a lot of armies. If you want to see a lot of Chris's work...
Oh no, that's not good.
What? I'm slightly upset I crushed my consumption on sources, and oh no.
How long will it take you to get a new one, or to fix it? I have a Nerf gun that looks like a Tommy gun.
Yeah, and of course we do commission work too, so some of the stuff you see on Instagram is commissioned.
Yeah.
And we also have Age of Sigmar armies and every Blood Bowl army that exists -1, I think. Are we one behind?
We will be when Norse comes out.
Okay. We have every single Blood Bowl army that exists currently.
In plastic.
In plastic. And we own most of the God tier heroes. I think we're, 4 short now? 3 short?
Corvus, Zippy. Corvus Black. Was it at least a couple of weeks? Ouch.
Yuck. Oh, thanks for the raid.
Welcome,
Jefferson.
Raiders. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to the Scrublands.
This is hard to do with slightly wet hands.
How's everybody doing today? Hope your stream was going good.
Ooh, he has a Sax Marine emote.
He does have a Sax Marine emote. That's great. Sax Marine is best Marine.
It's a long list of factions, but you had me at WAH. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
That is my main... The Orcs are my main army. I don't know what his main army is this week.
Thanks for that.
Your main army is the Dark Angels, the Imperial Knights, and the Tau. And the Necrons.
No, I would say that my 2 main armies are... At this point, my 2 main armies are Tau and Imperial Knights. I just haven't been able to get into...
You just consider yourself a Dark Angel player still?
Yes, I will always consider myself a Dark Angels player. At some point, I will fall in love with them again and get back into it. But
maybe once all these Terminators are painted.
yeah, once all the Terminators are done and ready to go, I'll definitely be playing a full Terminator list again.
It's under 50 gallons. Can you call it paint?
I mean, I can. Morbid Eye.
I think there's less than 50 gallons of paint total in this house. Despite the amount of paint that we have in this house.
There is a decent amount of paint in this house.
But I'd say there's less than 50 gallons.
You're probably right. Okay, I'm gonna try something.
So what were you working on tonight, Jack? Of clubs?
Is Warhammer Plus worth it?
Depends.
Yeah, that one's a hard one because the correct answer is it does depend. I consider it worth it because I like the animations, and I have high hopes for the army, the roster builder.
I don't.
But it's been almost a year and there's still a bunch of problems with the roster builder. So, like, that one's kind of out for me as far as a reason to get it goes.
Daggy agrees with me. No hope on that one. I would love for them to get it working and it to be amazing, but...
Like, that's the worst part, is that in a lot of ways,
The Battlescript's better right now.
like, I will always prefer the official Warhammer apps builder based on how it actually functions. But, like, there was a problem for a long time where you couldn't actually give Tau units their drones. Period.
There's more than so many problems in that thing.
Like, there have been a couple of other problems along with that, but, like, you just straight up couldn't give Tau units the drones that they were allowed to take in their own codex. And it would give you errors, or, like, it just straight up was not even an option. So, like... But and then there's things like, you can't... If you have something where you want different, or the same weapon option across 5 guys, but there's a bunch of different weapon options, you have to go into every single...
Yeah, I hate the duplicate, that there's no duplicate function.
Yeah, there was no way to duplicate. This is the Scuba Stever. Thank you for the follow. There's no duplicate button for, like, I'm gonna use Grey Knights because it was the biggest example for me for a very long time. If I wanted to bring a unit just wielding halberds, I would have to go into every single Grey Knight model and select halberd and Stormbolter in the entire unit.
Which he did have to do, so that's what he was running.
Yep. And this Tony Dragon is a Dark Angels Leviathan, or Forge World Dark Angels Leviathan Dreadnought. That was a gift from our stream friend and moderator, Moonlit. When we were at Adepticon, he decided to buy me a gift, and this was it. I'm still working on getting its weapons, but those will come at a later date. So right now, I'm going to have a chevron here, and I wanted to make sure that they were even and the same width, which is why I'm masking in 3 lines, because I'm going to remove this, the middle line of tape on both sides to give me my outline of what I'm actually working with here. So that's going to be Xandri Dust and the bone color of the Deathwing on both of these. But this way, I know that I have relatively equal spacing.
Do you agree with Goobertown that Chaos Marines are like coloring book?
With Goobertown, like, I haven't seen the video that you're referring to. I could definitely see that being the case.
I don't know what that means.
Color within the lines, because of the way that they're built. All you really have to do is fill the recesses in between each individual part.
Gotcha.
And then, even if you, like, I would almost say they're more forgiving than that, though, because if you...
Pretty much just basic Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, just basic Chaos Space Marines, because if you go outside onto the, trim, there we go, words are hard. If you go out onto the trim, as long as you're doing the armor color, the inner armor colors first, like, you're gonna have the ability to just go and do your trim, and that'll clean up for you, so you don't have to go back over and clean it up. Yeah, there is a lot of overlap. You are painting something where somebody else has already determined your limits to a large extent.
Is that a conversion, yeah?
Yeah, unless you are converting or making your own model, like actually sculpting it.
We might be at that point one day. You sculpting your own model.
I don't know that I'll get to the point of sculpting my own models, but... I've seen some of the things that people make, and it blows my mind. I just don't... I don't know if I have the, capacities for that.
Sure you do. I believe.
I'm guessing this is going to take me 3 thin coats to cover.
But you're actually not painting black.
I know, right? Now he's a Guinness. He's all black and tan.
I'm drinking.
He has a tall glass of alcohol, but you know,
I don't think you should drink it.
probably not.
It's an expensive Guinness.
He is a very expensive Guinness, yes. Stop it. You're not supposed to stab yourself while scraping miniatures.
Have you met me? You gave me a sharp metal tool. You think I'm not gonna hurt myself with it?
I can hope, you know? Like, I understand that sharp tools and you don't always mix, but I can hope, right? I'm allowed to do that.
I mean, hope springs eternal.
Yeah, it does.
And my klutziness springs even more eternal. Notice how he gets very, very quiet and purses his lips together, and that I know I can't say anything because it's a trap way.
I'm sorry, am I not supposed to recognize a trap when I see one?
I don't know. Oh,
I feel like I'm supposed to be able to recognize a trap when I see one.
it's a trap.
Exactly, I grew up with Admiral Akbar.
Just because Akbar can recognize a trap doesn't mean you can.
He taught me well.
Okay.
Actually, no, what taught me well to recognize a trap is growing up in a house with a mother who loved murder mysteries, both watching them and reading them, and passed that love on to me.
Okay.
When you grow up with the likes of Hercule Poirot and Sherlock Holmes telling you that everything is in the details.
Then how are you still bad at... Nope. Never mind. Not doing
Because I
that.
can't read people.
Yeah, that's the...
I can read things about people, and it frustrates them because I read things about people.
You can't actually acknowledge the social cues of people.
Correct.
Yep.
Social cues straight out. Can I tell whether you're having a bad day or not by the way that you're tilting your head and the fact that your hair's unkempt? Sure. That I can do.
Read something about me. Apparently he can hear you again. You don't really want us to do that. We know you too well.
I was gonna say, I know you way too well to do that on stream.
Give him a topic or this could be very bad for you. He trusts you.
That was your first mistake.
Alright, read him. Make it safe for work. You send him a picture of you right now, he can probably read how your day's going. Even if you try to make a face. After I get through with my orcs, I'm probably going to make Imp Guard.
Nice. Imp Guard's good.
Imp
Guard's fun.
You should just make it more orcs. Make your Imp Guard orcs too.
Just because that's what you want to do doesn't mean that that's what everybody should do.
Everything's orcs. You want to play sisters, orcs, and drag. You want to play Space Maroons? Put a power suit on an orc.
I do now have in my head a picture of an orc attempting to be a sister of battle, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I don't think I like it.
You're welcome. Because you're imagining that one cheerleader, right? From Blood Bowl?
No, not exactly. But close.
Are you not honoring Moonlit's wish for you to call it out on stream?
No, I am not going to call Moonlit out on stream. Sorry, buddy.
Blades and Drag Orcs! Subi said, I got my first Necromunda game next Sunday, but I just looked and it looks so hard to make a game on Battlescribe. I can't help you. Cosmic might be able to. Cosmic, are you still here? Moonlit's sad that you're not calling about on stream.
Sorry, buddy. I don't want to do that to you. I know you're giving me permission, but...
I mean, that's the thing you call him out on right there. Is why he's doing that. And you have an answer in your head because I can hear it. Right?
I plead the fifth.
That's what I thought. When do you get back in town, Moonlit? done with Flaming Water for now. So I need to start dinner.
It is only 10 minutes left to stream.
Uh-huh. I haven't started dinner. I don't even know what I'm making yet. I have like 3 options in my head and I haven't decided which one I want to make.
Gonna be a weekish. You knew there was a 40k Monopoly board? I did know that. I bought a couple of games like that, and I bought Munchkin.
Yeah, we have the Munchkin.
I got 40k Munchkin, and I'm limiting myself to that.
Since we don't play it currently.
It's hard enough to find people to play that.
Oh, I know tons of people who want to play that with us. It was just pandemic and other things, and one of the people that wants to play with you don't want to have around, so. At this point, I don't either, so.
I mean, it is a Dark Angels Leviathan Dread. Or is that not what you meant?
Alright, you get a choice. Woo! I almost fell and died. Do you want boof or polo?
Boof.
Boof? Okay.
I don't know what you mean by it doesn't look like a regular Leviathan Dread. That a lot of that's the camera. For whatever reason, it does appear to be adding additional blue. It is also a pure black highlighted with off blacks that tend towards the blue spectrum a little bit. So because it's highlighted with Corvus Black and Corvus Black mixed with a Stormy Gray. So that might be what's being read.
Not for you, Skylark.
I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I like the way it looks, so I'm going with it. Just a simple glazing blend. Give that bone color a little bit of a depth and action. Space Marines and jeans. I mean, I joked that the color I chose for Holly's Orc Army, their pant color definitely reminds me of jeans.
Some of them have purple pants.
Yeah, some of them do have purple pants. Alrighty, buddy. Have a good one.
Sorry. Should've warned.
It's alright. I think I gotta look towards getting a raid set up here. Keep the raid hype going. Because
That's so cold.
we normally end at 8:30. It's been a little while since we got raided, or I had enough people to raid with. But we can I don't know. Maybe they just like blue. I have no other explanation for why the Nids would want the jeans.
Wow. Puns. Oh, it's so cold.
I don't know what she's doing in there, but apparently it's cold.
Massaging meat.
Alright, well, we got a good chunk of the way of work done on him. We got his chevrons in place on the on his chest. Got the bone armor panels laid in. He is going to have more bone on the shoulder guards for those interested.
Of course, if you're interested, stick around. They'll be painted on stream again at some
Yep,
point.
he will be back on stream at some point, probably relatively soon, because I hate having unfinished projects, and I have a lot of them right now.
What are you painting tomorrow?
I'm not sure. Possibly commission-y stuff.
What?
Possibly commission-y stuff.
Okay.
So I hadn't really thought about it yet. So let me. Oop! I just killed my music. Good job.
Oh, that's so cold.
Nope. And don't unmute myself. I gotta go to the Warhammer thing. So we will go ahead and we'll find. Let's see who we got. Learn to paint faces. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get a... We'll try this person. Learn to paint faces seems like a great topic. Alright, well, thank you all for coming out and supporting me. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. if you want to come and join us. Otherwise, we will see you later. I love you all, and off on the raid we go.